obviously tough game last night. Able to get a win tonight. Maybe not as the defensively as you might have liked, but still we get the win.
Yeah, I said yesterday, I think anytime you want to talk about learning and what we can improve on, you want to do it in a win. And I thought we played extremely well offensively. And obviously that first half, we didn't get stops. We basically exchanged baskets with them the whole half. And at halftime, Chauncey said, the first team that decided to play defense is going to win the game. I think they had like 25 in the third quarter until like the last second. We had a foul at like the last second, and they had 2 free throws to have 27 on the quarter. But that was where we separated ourselves in that third quarter, and we played the way we needed to. The way we need to play, for most of an NBA game, and separated ourselves. And then obviously we finished the game, with a great offensive game and a better defensive effort in the second half of the game. But you rather have that experience in a win. And right now we can't complain about how we get them. We won the game, and we all been here pissed off talking about something completely different if we would have lost it. So I'm just happy that we can go back and address those things in a win because we need them all.
Kind of on that note, in your experience, is it really hard to come back from, you have the kind of collapse that you just had last night to put it behind you and just immediately turn it?
Oh yeah.
Chauncey was talking about how hard that is.
It's hard, when you could be only because it's hard to not think about it. You know what I mean? It's like you come into a game like today, like even if we win, it's still like what happened yesterday. You know what I'm saying? So it's just how much it's on your mind when you just care and you realize how much you're affected by it. Sometimes it can linger and it can carry into your next performance. Even in a game like tonight, we could have got into 74-74 at the half and come out tight, like, oh shit, we might, we could blow it, and now it's 2 losses. So it's definitely tough. So I think we should be proud of the fact that we responded and was able to not just have an easy one, but we had to, fight them for it, and then we had to separate ourselves in the second half of the game. So he's right. It is tough to come back after that mentally, and then to be in a tight game and then have to overcome, a team that's playing fast, they playing to win, they coach well, and have to, take the game pretty much. So, I think we did a good job of that, just responding.
Did you find yourself in the first half when it was kind of close and back and forth? Did you find yourself thinking about like, oh, here we go again? What if we, this could go away? Did you find yourself doing that?
I mean, no. It was a back and forth game. I thought we were playing well offensively. Ant got it going. Nurk had it going, and I was pretty comfortable. I didn't like that we were exchanging baskets, but I was comfortable, and I was just kind of sitting back, seeing what was happening. So once we came into halftime, I was able to kind of communicate what I felt like was happening against our zone. Like they overload one side and they're getting us. Our matchup to begin the zone is messed up. So once they get us to take the ball, one guy's taking the ball, but it's not the matchup that we want on the ball, and then they swing it back and we can't get matched up and they keep getting the corner 3. Like I was able to see it and communicate that because of how we were playing offensively. So now I'm not having it, I'm not gassed, tired, and, not able to pay attention to as many things. I was able to pay attention to a lot of things, and we talked about it at halftime. We talked about some of our double teams that we had at halftime where I thought one thing and Drew thought something else. So I think it was, it was good. So I think because I was able to play that position, the whole time I was just looking like, okay, I feel like if we do this a little bit better, or we change this or address this, it should help us. And I also felt like I was able to get to spots and do certain things offensively to where it was like if it's a close game, I'll be able to get to comfortable places and take over the game offensively too.
Phillips said before the game that you guys have had some discussions about what the whole team can do better. He said himself he can do a lot of things better as a young coach. He's learning. So what does it mean to you as a star and players to have the coach fall on the sword a little bit? And what do you think maybe he has to work on as a head coach?
I think he's done it as a player, So I think he knows better than anyone that it's a collective thing. We all play a part in our success. We all play a part in our failure. And that goes for us individually as players, and that goes for, our coaches too. We all make mistakes. We all can do things better. But I think it's big of him to just come out and say it. It's not easy to take the blame or to, take or hold yourself accountable to that level. You know, when you don't have to. You know, it's easy to point the finger, especially when things don't go well. You know, so for him to put himself in among us, I guess, you know, in our struggles, I think that's what makes a team stay together. You know, you know that your coach is with you and they're willing to take a piece of the blame as well. And that's how you continue to grow and move on, you know, in hard times.
After losses, I remember, did you ever throw in strategy under the bus or talk about what you guys can do better just in terms of execution? So it sounds like you feel like the plans in place are correct. You just like to perform.
I mean, that's natural for me. The first thing I do, you know, after wins and losses is I remember things that I feel like could have done better on my part. And, you know, I want to go see it for myself, you know. So the first thing I'm going to do is always check myself on whatever I remember or whatever I could have done better to help the team. But I'm also not afraid to look at patterns that I see within our team. You know, whatever I feel like our team is struggling at, I'm going to go and watch that too. And that's that. You know, that's the best way for me to explain it.
Damon, a game like this where you get all the offense, there's not maybe that physicality that comes from back to back. Chauncey said before the game about the little things, tighten those things down. You said you guys are handling the big things well, but tightening the little things. That's things you guys have got to focus on. What is, in a game like this, it's so up and down, how hard is it or how difficult is it to kind of tighten those things around kind of on the fly? And not even just the basketball stuff. Communication, trust, working new rotations and guys. Like, where does that kind of start and stop in a night like this?
I mean, I think a night like tonight is actually perfect for that because you got a team that's playing with so much pace. You know, they're jumping the ball in, they're pushing it at you, and they put that pressure on you to transition from offense to defense. To, you know, sometimes you're not going to be able to get matched up, so you got to be communicating and you got to understand what the coverages are. You know, who are we shooting the gap on? Okay, there's Doug McDermott coming out the corner. We got to bully, chase him over the top. You know, it puts the pressure on us to have to do those things, you know. So I think a game like tonight is actually perfect for that, you know, because there's so many situations that they present for us because of how they play. You know, they constantly moving, they constantly cutting, they overloading, they getting it in the middle. You know, they're a well-coached team. So they do a lot of things that's going to test our communication, it's going to test our discipline, and they do it over and over and over and over. You know, even when they was down, they played the same. So it's going to test our discipline, like how long can we do it? How often can we communicate? And I think in the first half, we didn't do a great job. But then in the third quarter, when we did it consistently, we showed what we're capable of. It's just a matter of, can we do it all the time? You know what I mean? You know, sometimes teams just come out and, like, I've been on the positive side of it. Sometimes we just come out with the intentions of we're going to impose ourselves. We're going to push the ball. We're going to play physical. And, you know, if the other team isn't intentional about the same thing, you're going to get the best of them. So I think we have to be like that, you know. I'm going to fight for my position offensively. I'm going to be at the level of the screen. I'm going to fight over the screen. I'm going to make sure that I do, like, we have to be intentional about those things from the beginning instead of seeing, are we going to make our first couple shots? Are they going to miss their first couple shots? And seeing how the game is going to start and then jumping on whatever, you know, way it's going. We got to be the ones to set the tone. And I just think right now, sometimes we do, sometimes we don't. So that's what I mean when I say we have to start a certain way and we got to be able to sustain it. We can't let a team jump on us and then we jump on them in the second and then they jump on us to start the third and then we finish the third and now in the fourth. If we would have been correct from the beginning, not perfect, but if we just would have had that discipline from the beginning and been able to sustain it now in the fourth, we're not in a dogfight against a team that's believing, you know, that they should win too. You know, sometimes it's, you know, you might be in a dogfight, but a team doesn't have the kind of belief that teams have sometimes against us because of our up and down, you know, over the course of a game.